What's up, what's up, what's up? I am the one and only legendary original Ice King Cole, Ice Mike 1200. What's happening, man? I want to tell y'all a couple of YouTube pages that I think would be beneficial if you're intending and aspiring to learn music production. You know what I'm saying? Some things that I think will definitely help. Um, as a music producer, I understand that some people who think that they are music producers are actually, even more important, the beat makers, meaning the songwriters, music writers. That's one half of the music writing. A song can be copyrighted into two parts. If it's not a poem, it's or spoken word, it's a song. So it would be copyrighted as music and lyrics. So as a beat writer, you're writing the music if you're not sampling, right? But anyway, that's another video. But just to make sure that you are getting the most out of your YouTube seeking, I'm just attempting to convey a few pages that I think that there is some wholesome material that you can learn from and even revisit it over and over and get more from it each time, I guess. But beginning definitely with EA Ski, a great friend of mine, legendary producer from Oakland, California, and has produced numerous hits and everything like that. So the word that he speaks is definitely something that you can count on. You know what I'm saying? It's not fly by night. It's not something that he has heard of or whatever like that. It's coming from experience. You know what I'm saying? So I would encourage everybody out there just to visit every morning the EA Ski YouTube page. You'll get so much from that. And as well, he's always inviting guests who have valuable information. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see people such as KLC, the drum major. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't do much tutorial speaking on his own page. So to catch him on the EA Ski page, dropping gems and knowledge and different scenarios or experiences that have happened in the studio or what you get from doing a certain thing to a certain sound or whatever like that, you can catch him there as well often. I think that is very, very enlightening, as well as the different products that EA Ski has released is also something that you can find more out about on that page. You know what I'm saying? Such as the EA Ski SP1200, the EA Ski drum kits, which are super dope and powerful. You know what I'm saying? So that'll help your mixes and your songs sound more competitive, even in the creation. You know what I'm saying? But he also has a brand new, very, very awesome new product, which is a preamp, not just a mic preamp, but more of a preamp for drum machines and keyboards and synths and musical equipment. It adds a harmonic quality and a pureness to the signal without crumbling up or dirtying up the signal to the point that it's unusable. It adds much more to the signal than any other type of product like this that intends to add definition to the elements of your songs. You know what I'm saying? And it's called the B50. B-50. Before you even go to your DAW or your mixer or whatever like this, so you're already playing with power. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. So next I want to mention the Swollen One. This guy is a mix engineer. I believe he's a producer as well. But he's a mix engineer, and on his page you can learn different things about making sure that your vocal quality is captured and enhanced correctly. And sometimes a lot of people do a lot of different things to the vocal signals and think that they are enhancing them when they are actually either doing too much, which sometimes could lead to comb filtering or masking or phasing, that type of thing. when you don't have to do so much to have a pure, natural, and electrified type of modern vocal mix and vocal chains and different ideas and tricks and stuff like that. Well, let me tell you this. My opinion is there are no tricks. You must learn the work, then you can learn the rules of the work, and then you can know which rules can be broken or used out of context on purpose, or following the smooth, safe formats just to make sure that you always have all the tools that you need in your toolbox, whether you have every plugin in the world or if you only have stock. You know what I'm saying? So the Swollen One, definitely I would want y'all to check out his page as well. Also, another page that's kind of like that is Sonic Gold Productions. Sonic Gold Productions is a page where a young guy is mixing vocals for hip hop. He's mixing hip hop vocals and trying different types of scenarios with the plug-in placements, as well as which plugins are chosen or used best, or different theories of it. So you can use different plugins and maybe not the same ones that he might have, but still come across with the idea that you are trying to achieve. So, very, very brilliant, smart guy. I would encourage everyone to check that page out regularly. This way, your beats are dope, but once you add vocalist to the beats or whatever like that, you kind of know what you can do to keep a great sound. You know what I'm saying? So you're not sounding amateur or have a lot of de-essing that should be done. And a lot of kids don't really notice because they think that, oh man, that means that it's clear. It sounds clear. It's digital or whatever. I don't know what they think it is, but actually it's harsh and it's handicapping your listeners, and they might not know why they are catching headaches every time they listen to your song that they do like, but they can't listen to it often because subconsciously they're catching a headache is because the amateur mixing and no de-essing or any of the quality things, quality control, none of that's being done. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of give everybody a better education on what's going on without anybody having to say, hey man, he's educating you or this or that or whatever. You can sit back and acquire all the pieces that you need on your own because you know your own weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to be listening to just any and everybody. I want to tell you about people that can actually make a difference in the way that you sound. That's the most important part. Sonic Gold Productions is where I would lead you to for that. Also, man, if you're on Facebook or whatever like that, I would definitely like you to check out Big Swift. So on Facebook, he goes by his government, which is John Catalon, JonCatalon, John Catalon, one of the legendary producers and scene creators of the whole Houston hip-hop movement. He's actually from Louisiana, which is very, very important. Has done many different things. Platinum producer, also produced with the group H-Town, as well as worked alongside Luke Records with production as well, like myself as well. You know what I'm saying? He was also with Clay D, huge producer out of Miami, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So look up that sound, but also look up John Catalon. He's one of the dopest producers that I personally know outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? You can learn from just listening to what you're jamming to just by checking out Big Swift. He's no joke, right? And a super solid person. So, as you approach him or whatever like that, just be straight up, and you can get further than if you were trying to send demos or whatever like that, just to try to get them to produce you. Because if your money is right, that's not always the only thing. You got to be solid. You know what I'm saying? It's a no BS tolerance type guy. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and yeah, that's a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, seek that, as well as I definitely want y'all to check out Kirk State on YouTube, as well as kirkstate.com. You know what I'm saying? Super dope producer. This guy is a sampling producer, and as well as a DJ, but also the head of a movement, a leader of um, the sample challenge culture in hip hop production. Kirk State runs the Kirk State Sample Challenge every month, giving the same sample to all the producers, and then in the middle of the month, we all listen back to all the different creations of all the producers, right? And I would like you to also take this in mind. Different people um, do different things their own way, but as a suggestion, if you're really confident in your own production or whatever like that, you're really not trying to challenge nobody or jump into no challenge because fuck, you already made, right? Well, you might think, well, I don't have to do that challenge or whatever, but listen to this. It's a good exercise because, definitely you're not having to challenge with anyone else, right? But if you take a sample and you listen to the sample and you hear a loop in it and you say, well, I know everyone else is going to be using that part. And I know everybody's going to be using that part. It sounds like a progression or whatever, they're going to be using that. Well, this is your chance to challenge yourself to rearrange it. Make a remix of it, out of it, as what is, make something fresh out of it, is what I would like to say. And not just something to be messing it up or mixing it up, but something that really sounds like, man, I disguised it from even the people who made it, but it's jamming. It sounds awesome. But I arranged it in a way that I know nobody else on the challenge is going to do it this way. And everyone else is doing the same thing too, right? So when you listen, you're like, wow, you know, seeing where the mind can take things, changing keys and changing progressions and changing drum rhythms and patterns and bass lines and different things like this, and getting more into the creative space of it all. You know what I'm saying? So crap on everybody else, but with yourself, you'll be able to see, like, man, I'm making milestones or taking huge strides in my skill when you measure yourself for your sampling abilities, or what you add around a sample to dress it up or whatever like this, but maintaining the idea that different than anyone else. I don't want to sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Why sound like anybody else? If I wanted to sound like them, I could just play their music and be entertained. You know what I'm saying? But this is very, very healthy, and it happens every month on the Kirk State Sample Challenge. So I want y'all to definitely add Kirk State on YouTube as well as kirkstate.com. Join the Patreon as well, because there are samples often, you know, more than just weekly or anything like that. So you can go and you can pick out samples or whatever that are abstract or different than anything that anybody else might be using in the world on any other thing, not just the sample challenge. You know what I'm saying? And there are different things like vinyl packs that, you know, he has sales with it. He takes you on escapades to record stores and stuff like this and looks up different material, and it's just so much knowledge, man, if you join that community, which I have, you know what I'm saying, and I'm definitely glad that I have, you know what I'm saying. It's which people have always called me the audio scientist, right? And when I met this cat, the first thing that I purchased from his page was a shirt that says Boom Bap Scientist. So that's what he is, and that's the culture of producers that he creates and encourages and inspires. You know what I'm saying? Boom Bap Scientists. So you don't just have to do boom bap either. You can do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you're sampling or using a sampler or being creative in a hip hop original fashion, you know what I'm saying? You're definitely appreciated there and welcomed by the entire community of super dope producers. And by him being dope, it's not just like peon producers in his sample challenge. The guys that come, such as myself, it's a certain level that are attracted to uh, what's going on that page. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that a lot of people would get a lot from that. Also, I want y'all to check out Ultra West, ALTRUWEST. This guy will keep you informed with a bunch of information about gear, plugins, sound, what corporations are doing, different things. He's an extension of EA Ski to me. EA Ski is super dope, and Ultra West is super dope on his own as well. But they both know each other and complement each other. And when you watch the different channels, it's not like you're going to be getting contradicting information, and that's important. So, and also Ultra West is dope. So when you listen to his stuff, it's jamming too. So it's not just like you in the teacher's class or the teachers or the preacher's church or whatever like that, just getting hit over the head with it the whole time or whatever like that. Nah, you jamming to it and you want it too, and then you can find out how it's done. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody to go to that as well. Also, as far as sample challenges, there is Links Radio, LINXRAIDO, Links Radio, which is ran by Classic Hank, Classic_Hank on YouTube, which I would want y'all to check out. And he's another producer that also participates in the Kirk State Sample Challenge, but also has his own sample challenge, which happens every Friday. And in those challenges, you only have 1 hour that everybody has the same sample to get down. So this way, you can show what your skill level has risen to, as well as you can exercise and challenge yourself to, not that pumping them out fast is, a good thing. It may be a trend, and it may be able to show you a measurement of your testing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a great exercise that I would recommend as well. So check that out also. Links Radio and Classic Hank. Also, there is the Beat Addict God. BEATADDIKTGODD. This dude is another seasoned producer, seasoned sampling producer. You can learn a lot about the gear because he's using all types of gear, and it's not just like you'll get a year of him on the MPC or a year of him on the SP12, but now like every night you don't know what you're going to get. It might be the ASRX, it might be the MPC XL, it might be the MPC 1000, it might be the MV 8800, it might be, EPS 16 plus, it could be anything, you know what I'm saying? And he works from vinyl or cassette or anywhere that he can grab samples from and make great recordings. But as you listen to it, you can hear the creativity, which is the inspiring part, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine, even Dr. Dre, when he doesn't want to make music and just wants to listen, he's not listening to anything that isn't something that he would respect, right? You want quality. But when he's listening, if he's listening to a EA Ski or this one or that one or whatever like this, it's got to be on a certain level that he would respect, right? So when I'm listening to this dude, I can relax off of my work, but I still see what's going on and I know what level it's on and stuff like this. And it's very, very impressive. You know what I'm saying? And loads of beats, different equipment, as well as solid game on, being in this industry and the type of people that you have to deal with. You get all of that when you deal with the Beat Addict God. So I want y'all to check that out. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, if you get anything from me, man, glory to God, and it's all, welcomed to you. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I am Ice King Cole. I want y'all to stay solid as ice. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a chance, whenever or whatever, you got a little time or whatever like that, swing through and see what I'm cooking up or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really stick to a specific format because I do all kinds of things. And sometimes there's gems and things that, wasn't even going to be the topic, and you might get something from that or whatever. So, I would definitely appreciate those who are really fascinated and into music production. Those are the people that I want to subscribe to my channel. And of course, the visitors are always welcome. You know what I'm saying? You can hit the like button and everything like that, like everyone else or whatever. And definitely, man, the Cash Apps, that has been very, very humbling. I certainly appreciate everybody that's out there. Man, it's so humbling just to see that people get the gems from what I'm talking about, and they appreciate it and they show that appreciation or whatever like that. So that's not what I got into YouTube for, but it is a great help and it keeps things going and it makes it a better experience that I can make for you guys, as well as it also is an encouragement and an inspiration for me to get back on and do it again for y'all. Even if I'm not going to get another Cash App, that's not why I'm jumping off for another Cash App, but it sure made it feel good that, man, those type of things could come from that. So certainly, it feels like, even though I'm trying to give a piece of what God gives me, I'm trying to, share it with everyone else. It feels awesome to get a little trickle of that appreciation back. You know what I'm saying? So thank everyone out there for that. You know what I'm saying? You can always cash app me at Ice Mike 1200. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, y'all stay solid as ice. And until next time, man, look, be super dope and have a super dope, awesome, productive day. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ice King Code
1200 on the beat.
Ice Mike 1200.
1200 on the beat.